kilos on the bar. Down in 8th place, but news coming through from the back room that Tian Tao of China has retired from the competition. Michaela alluded to the potential damage or injury to his right elbow, so that's a real disappointment. He's come a long way and not really got the experience that he was hoping for.
No, it's always disappointing to retire injured, but it's 100% the most sensible decision you can make. You don't want to be coming out here now for the clean and jerk and risk that elbow actually going, and then it would be serious injury. Hopefully now he can catch it before it's a big issue.
Hope you enjoyed that replay of the women's 69 kilo competition. The Xiang Yangmai of China, successful there, and her efforts really helped China to dominate the medal table. They're up to 18 gold medals of Liu Xiaoxun last night. Absolutely brilliant in winning his competition, the 77 kilo competition, and 2 world records to boot. Apti Aldakov in thoughtful move, and Bardis wanting to come out here and try this for a second attempt, starting really the second half as he did the first half.
Can I just say, this time that we're taking now between attempts, that's going to play in Rybakov's favour, because we saw him go off the platform very swiftly, straight back into the warm-up room and straight onto the bar. He's only had 10-minute recovery, plus these lifts that we're seeing now, and he's going to be one of the next lifters back on, so he really hasn't had much time to prepare.
So just under 30 seconds for the Frenchman, 4th in this season's Mediterranean Games. He's got a best of 190, even having made that failure the first time. He can get there if he gets this.
Needs to stand still.
Yeah. And 3 white lights, of course, coming his way from the 3 referees, and now he'll feel a lot better because he's got a total, and now he's got one more attempt to use to try and build on that.
Yeah, just let's have a look here. Kept his chest up, made the clean a lot easier this time. Such a tall man, he's got so far to move that bar. As you can see, just struggling to recover because the weight was slightly too far forwards on his front leg. The safest way to recover is front foot, then back foot. That just protects the lower back as well.
So I just want to pick up where Michaela was a few moments ago. Rybakov posted 195 as his entry. Remember, he's got a 4 kilo advantage, but you have to set that now against the fact that Apti Aldakov of Russia on 175 has posted 205 as his opener. Markov on 175, he's posted 205. Zelinsky on 175, he's posted 205. So Rybakov's advantage could be fairly quickly eradicated. Depends to what degree he can raise his game. We know that from the nationals, Rybakov has recovered from that knee problem and lifted 205. So if that was in the nationals, remembering he was in a heavier bodyweight category, he's going to be in a real fight to hold on to that lead.
It's about 75 there, I think. He was on the bar for Zelinsky's next attempt, so he's getting close to his top weights.
And the bar going to 191 for Bardis because he wants to get a personal best. It will be a personal best if he does it by a kilo. And well, this is interesting. Bardis has put the bar to 193. Novikov, the second of the 2 Belarusians, down in 10th place at the halfway stage, only had 2 successes. 193. He posted 195. So that just only goes to confirm that he's not having the best of days. 353 if he gets this, and this will surpass Janos Baranyai of Hungary, who in the B group earlier in the day, 155 plus 191 gave him a 346 total. That, in fact, has already been passed, I should say, by Bardis, who's got 347. And that's the new leader.
Well, the clean was very strong. You can see his weaknesses overhead, maintaining a good arm lock.
Maybe a very prudent decision to just drop off a couple of kilos, make sure you get the total, and now be realistic with the next two attempts. You see a little shake of the head there.
Good speed on the clean. Driving that bar to arm's length, you can see, leaning slightly forwards again. He had to recover back foot all the way.
So Giovanni, now this is a 7 kilo increase, so this is not easy by any means. He'll do really well to make this. Well, he's left on 347, I'm afraid, which is 15 kilos below his entry total, so doesn't really have too much to take out of this, although in very illustrious company on this occasion. So, as you said, Michaela, barely enough time to sort himself out. 194 kilos on the bar. He's taken a kilo off as well from his opening. So obviously this would put him into the lead.
Just don't understand why he hasn't taken that hand to at least stop it tearing any further, because this could become a real issue if he's not careful. Well, his speed was immense, but he just failed to get that full extension at the top. Landed the receiving position with his chest very low. The only thing that's going to happen there is the bar bounces off.
Muszę zapowiedzieć ponownie Andrzej Rybakow, Belarus. Sygnatuję drugie podejście reprezentanta Białorusi.
Always forwards, chest down.
And it could be that we came into the second half here with 4 contenders, and we're now down to 3 really for the overall championship, because this is a big setback for him.
Adrian Zieliński w porwaniu na miejscu 4.
He's got a couple of minutes to sort himself out now.
Zieliński of Poland just ready to take another lift in the warm-up room. Looks quite calm, quite collected, aware of what's going on around him, but not fazed.
Yeah, from his point of view, although he missed out on a medal in the snatch phase, what he'd be really happy about is the fact that they all ended up, 3 of them on 175, and now this man's run into trouble.
That's it, the guy that's out in the lead, the only person that's really out in the lead has started the competition early. So Rybakov here in a spot of bother, gold medalist on the snatch. He's going to have to pull out something fairly impressive to stay in contention for an overall medal.
Well, I think this is the crucial attempt, not the last one. This is the crucial one.
Much better with the chest position.
Now, strength overhead is good enough. and at the second time of asking gets the 194, and of course that puts him straight into the lead.
Yeah, he's not happy though. Obviously suffering with a hand. It's wondering if he's struggling with a knee injury as well.
On a running total of 373 at the moment. Artem Okulov for Russia, coming out for 200 kilos, the junior world champion. Lifted 203 in the Universiade, and total up 371. So this could be quite interesting, because this is going to give him 372, which will be a personal best total.
Well, he was well up on his personal best on the snatch, and there's only 3 kilos below on the clean and jerk, so he's a lifter in great form here today.
Little work on the bar there, maybe just a little bit of blood and skin on there.
Yeah, the loaders have to deal with the bar. Anytime there's blood on the bar, you've got to take it off, you've got to deal with it, and they'll be using a wire brush and some white spirit as well to clean it.
Well, not very often do lifters have this sort of atmosphere at the Olympic Games, occasionally at the World Championships. I can remember the 2009 World Championships in Goyang, the super heavyweight Yang Mirang, and they were hanging off the rafters there, 5,000 of them inside, but there were 10,000 outside the doors. "15 seconds. He's quite a find, isn't he?
Well, he is, and he really uses those powerful legs to his advantage. Very, very impressive.
You know, and he was, remember, on 172. So compared to Rybakov, he was 7 kilos down. He's now 1 kilo behind.
Saw their great extension on the clean. Dips and drives, body fairly straight, bar directly overhead. Easy recovery.
Hernandez goes up. 200 kilogramów
Hustle and bustle of the warm-up room. This is where the action's all taking place.
Again, these are bigger guys, but remember they're inside 85 kilos of body weight, and they're lifting weights now of 200, so well in excess of 2 times body weight.
Right, 2.5 times body weight we're approaching.
So 200 is the next challenge for Andrei Rybakov, which is a 6 kilo increase. But it is his last attempt, it's his last throw of the dice. But you sense that the gold medal in the snatch is ultimately going to be his one and only reward here.
Yeah, he's having a few issues here today. His hand, his boots, he's constantly adjusting the straps on the boots.
He's not a happy chappy.
No, I don't understand why the lifter's not here and comfortable with their equipment at least. But this is going to be a big ask. 6 kilo improvement from his previous lift. Needs to really drive his chest up.
"10 seconds. 5, 3.
It's going to get timed. Well, you just wonder if he kind of did that on purpose. He's not happy.
And he ends on 373, and I had hoped that he'd at least have given it a shot, but it just was never inside his head, really.
He's not happy with that left knee. Left knee, left hand. Well, he's got a gold medal on the snatch. He'll now just have to sit and wait, but I'm afraid that doesn't look like it's going to be good enough to take an overall medal.
That is traditionally where he's stronger, but he couldn't build enough kilos in the first half to really give himself a chance, and then, as you said, just seemed to be unhappy, just twitching and moving.
He's had a very rushed warm-up as well, being one of the last lifter on the snatch and one of the first out on the clean and jerk. He obviously didn't have very much time to prepare. He's experienced, he should have been able to cope with that.
So here's the man who at the halfway stage is in the silver medal position, Ivan Markov, representing Bulgaria. This is a weight that he lifted in the Olympic Games, in which he finished in 5th place. He has done more, but this really starts the chase for gold.
He's reduced his opening attempt by 2 kilos. A sign that the warm-up has been a challenge. Well, no problems there. There, looked fairly solid for an opening attempt to me.
Yeah, maybe nothing in particular. They just wanted to make sure and dropped it down to feeling that, you know, they can make it up on the second attempt or the third attempt, and probably the second attempt.
That's right, but sometimes as well in the warm-up room it can feel pretty damn heavy when you come out on the platform, use the adrenaline, use this atmosphere, which really is electric this evening, and suddenly that bar can feel a good few kilos lighter.
Tian Tao, of course, retired. The Chinese lifter ran into problems with his right elbow in the first half of the competition, only made 1 out of 3. And Tarek, now we suspect he had a problem because he didn't take the third snatch attempt. He's on 165 and in 7th place at the halfway stage. This is 203 kilos. And I don't believe in competition. Well, when I checked him out, he's ever lifted more than 199.
Works hard on the clean, adjusts the hands so he's got less distance to drive the bar overhead. So look to the stars there to say thank you very much.
Well, that's pleasing. He goes into 4th place overall, 2nd in the clean and jerk, got 368. That's 10 kilos behind Markov, though, the current leader. And now we cross to Cuba. That's going to be Yilmaz Hernandez, Pan American champion. Now, how effective can he be in this second discipline? He's just a kilo short of his best, but will have clearly prepared for this competition more so than the Pan Americans, which would have seen him facing easier opposition. That's okay.
Not much wrong with that.
No, and it's good news really, because that again closes him up. He goes into the lead in the clean and jerk, and he's up to 4th place in the overall chase. This is the moment where Michaela and myself can no longer see the stage because the audience has now stood up in front of us. Fortunately, we've got a television set as well. So, Adrian Zielinski, 204 kilos. He's dropped a kilo as well from his original opener. So this would take him into the overall lead. The Olympic champion having to work a little.
Oh, he's going to be lucky to get that.
Can't see it, and the bar was down before the buzzer anyway.
He was struggling with his right arm overhead, but no, he just couldn't stabilise himself. That bar was out in front. It's a wasted attempt. He's going to be gutted on that. That could be very, very costly for him. Look at the replay. Chest down there. As he stands up, bar pulls him forwards. There, that right elbow wasn't great. Just ran out of room.
Well, that changes things a little bit, because Zielinski's going to have to come out, I think, and follow himself. Just looking at the kilos that the others want, 206 for Markov. And Akadov is waiting for 205.
It's not worth risking putting the weight up at this stage. He's got to come out and nail a lift to stay in contention for the overall medals.
You might hear Go West in the background here. He needs to go north with this. Definitely not south.
Well, I think it's safe to say the crowd for sure are going to get right behind him.
So here he comes. Did 210 in the Nationals, but that was at a heavier body weight, 204. He's done this plenty of times. He did 211 in London last year, but is he in that shape?
I think he'll correct it this time. No. Well, Zielinski's in so much trouble right now. That's 2 failures.
And it'd be very interesting if we get a side replay there to watch the hips, because they were way behind.
So lifter trying to use her upper body too much. Clean was okay, just the same problem with the chest dropping. No, he's just not using his legs enough. He's got to drive more with the legs, not so much with the arms. All the arms do is catch the bar. He needs to move his feet wider, drop lower. Well strong enough for those kind of weights, but not if you're going to try and do it all with your upper body.
There's a look in the eyes of Apti Audakov that you just saw there. And for me, he's the real danger man. I think he's the man who's going to come through and take this.
David, I had my money on him at the start. Yeah. You've got to go somewhere else. Come on.
I'm not going to go anywhere else, because there are times when you look at the face and the eyes of a sportsman and you sort of get a message from that. And that's the message I'm getting from this guy.
He's completely focused and he's completely unfazed by what's going on around him. He's sticking completely to his game plan. And okay, we'll wait and see what happens with one lift to go, but he looks like a man completely in control.
Bar goes to 205. That's where he planned to come in, and here he is now.
Zielinski's up to his weight to 205, and the only reason for that is purely to give him more recovery time.
He's very much in the zone, this man. Remember, Zielinski was the man who beat him in the Olympics by just body weight. He's won 2 major championships already this year. Oh. Power jerk, and
it was a soft power jerk of that. I'm going to be critical. It didn't look powerful, but you know what? That was super strong.
So, at the moment, he's the man. But remember, Markov, he got the better of him, the Bulgarian, in the first half of the competition. But I just sense that this is where Apti Audakov is going to come through. Zielinski. Well, as you said, he's getting recovery time here, but he's going to come out under enormous pressure. Novikov, the other Belarus, going for 205. Now, I'm just having a look at this. He did 193, and this is a 12 kilo increase. He did 193, 12 kilos. Remember, he was going to come in at 195. You said, well, okay, fine, they've dropped the options there.
His first one was comfortable. It was a strong clean again. Sending that one out in front. When you dip, you've got to keep your hips underneath the bar. You cannot afford for your hips to drift backwards. If you do that, you're going to drop your chest, drive it forwards.
Well, that would have taken him up to 365, but this is the moment, isn't it?
Well, you really want him to do this.
Now, the point is that Zielinski, with this, his third and final attempt, he cannot get the gold medal. He could go into second place in the clean and jerk. He could go into the silver medal position overall. But the gold is beyond him now. But goodness gracious me, does this auditorium at least want to see him get a total inside 30 seconds. Now, running out of gas. But he's got enough. He's got enough to do it. He's pulled it out of the fire.
The look of relief. 2013 World Championships in your home country. Massive home support here. He did so well to pull that out of the bag. Saying a prayer, and that prayer was answered. Much better, dropped a little bit lower than he did previously to catch that bar at arm's length.
But two costly failures. He's on 380, and you know there are plenty of lifters out there. He's very vulnerable in terms of getting a medal. Now Novikov coming for this extraordinary increase of 12 kilos. Well, this will be some achievement if he pulls this off.
He wasn't far away on his last attempt. Clean was very strong.
205 would be a big personal best for him. But this is an extravagant way to catch up.
Oh, that was harder. Really needs to drive straight.
No, the strength isn't there, and you know what was on offer there was an outside chance of a clean and jerk medal, but a real outside chance, and unfortunately fortune has not favoured both of the Belarus boys today. So now it gets serious, as they say. The bar at 206, 3 kilo increase. This would take him ahead of Apti Aldakov. He is actually lighter, but obviously feels that 3 kilos is a reasonable increase. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how he manages this.
I think Apti Aldakov as well. He's just posted a 2:15 for his second attempt. Now, is he playing mind games with the rest of the competition? Remember, he can bring that weight down.
But never done 206 before. Very good, clean.
Completely composed, great technically.
Well, he's really prepared for this, hasn't he? Bulgaria, who've had to completely rebuild the entire weightlifting scene in the country after the scandals of 2008.
Bulgarians have a bit of reputation as well for being rough technically, but he's very, very sound, very good.
Second attempt, drugie podejście. Jeremy Hernandez, nie ready.
So the bar up another kilo for, well, we think it's Artem Okulov. And indeed it is 7 kilos up. And 7 kilos is a bit like him saying, don't forget, I'm here.
These guys are playing mind games in the warm-up room. Markov has just put down a 220 for his third and final attempt. Surely they're not going to come in on those weights.
So Okulov, Artem Okulov.
Oh, stand still, stand still.
No. It's not going to. He couldn't.
Well, rules are you've got to stay on the platform and you've got to drop the bar on the platform. He just ran out of room, couldn't quite get his body back underneath the bar. What a shame.
It's worth remembering about this, the younger and less experienced of the two rushers, is in the Universiade, he actually ended up in second place with the silver behind his teammate Apti Aldakov, but only by a kilo. Now here, almost gets there, but then the knees are buckling, he's running out of room, the bar's off, and it's
just dipped on his toes. There's your problem. When you dip, you've got to keep the weight on your heels. Well, at least he finished. I guess he finished with the bar on the platform, technically.
So Hernandez of Cuba now going up 4 kilos. And of course, this is for the lead in the clean and jerk. It's fourth in the total. The total isn't really where his mind is on now. It's actually the clean and jerk. It's getting a medal out of this.
He's had quite a long wait as well between attempts. Let's hope he hasn't switched off.
And yet again, going into an area that he's never been to before on a competition platform, not with this sort of weight on the bar. He's been consistent around 205 kilos, and he already has 204, so this is a 4 kilo increase, which is not unreasonable, and it's only his second attempt, so this will make him a clean and jerk player if he gets this. Oh, he has.
He's thrown himself back in contention now on the jerk. I think most of the other lifters will be focusing more on the total right now.
So takes that extra 4 kilos, goes into fourth place overall at the moment. It's Markov who leads with 381, a kilo ahead of Apti Aldakov of Russia, 380. Then in third place it's Zelinsky, who is clinging on to an overall medal position. He's out of the medals in the clean and jerk, and Okulov going in here at 209. Remember, he failed at 207, so he said, I'm not bothered about that, I'm going for where I want to be, and this is a 9 kilo increase, which will take him to 381, and of course at 381 he's equal with the Bulgarian Markov, although he is heavier, so second in the total, first place in the clean and jerk.
Oh, this for a big personal best. Oh, body just buckled there as he stood up. Bars on his windpipe. But he recovers. Can he stand still this time?
He can, and that is a brilliant recovery. And he just looked to heaven there. And certainly someone was on his side, because that is terrific. Absolutely terrific. And you've got to put this name in your notebook, because when you look at what he's done there, he's gone to 381 and he's zoomed himself up into second place.
That's right, and as a result of that, Zielinski of Poland has just been knocked down into fourth overall, so he's out of the medals.
So, second attempt now for Tarek, or Yahia Tarek Fouad. Tarek Yahia Fouad is the full and correct name for him, and 210 kilos on the bar. And this is a 7 kilo increase, so he will be respecting the bar, but not too much. Into gold medal position in the clean and jerk, if he can do it.
just rushed that a little. Kind of needed to though. He was going dizzy, as he's indicating to his coach. Bar was on his windpipe because he worked so hard on the clean.
Yeah, he actually, in the first attempt, which he got, of course, you saw that he doesn't keep the bar on his shoulders for very long anyway. He likes to get on with it.
All the way through that clean, you can't really breathe. No, as he dipped then, he was trying to come back up. The bar was still whipping on its way down.
Now, Hernandez wants this weight. So we've got, at the moment, 4 men alive, 3 medals available in the clean and jerk. And the situation at the moment is that Yilmaz Hernandez has put the bar up to 2:11.
Oh, that's nasty tactics from Hernandez, that is.
And that's to put the Egyptian in.
It is, and the clock doesn't go back to 2 minutes, so we're already down to 45 seconds.
There's Markov.
Well, Tarek there really didn't have much choice. He just did not have enough time to recover, so he's upped his clean and jerk weight to 2:11 as well.
Second change.
So, Markov leading from Okulov of Russia, then Aptiakadov.
Well, in Tarek's attempt to get more recovery time.
Yeah, because Hernandez has put the bar up to 2:12. He's determined to put the Egyptian in. Well, this time he has to accept.
See him taking his time, still struggling to recover from his previous attempt.
Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't be too bothered about that extra kilo, but because it was tight to the windpipe, that may make the very big difference here. Now, if he gets this, he goes into the gold medal position in the clean and jerk. That will not guarantee him a gold medal, but boy, it would put him in a decently strong position. Oh, he's worked so hard. Can he finish it?
That's okay. That was just an adjustment of the hands, not a dip.
No. Well, the desire was there, and the fight was there, but it didn't happen for him. And unfortunately, he ends up in 7th place overall, 6th in the clean and jerk. He had his opportunity. And what that means is that no matter what happens with Yilmaz, who's currently in silver medal position, he can't be worse than 3rd. That means that the Cubans are definitely going home with a medal here, which is very nice. And now Apti Audakov, as you said, he put 2:15, he's come down to 2:12.
He's playing psychological games with his contenders. Ivan Markov has gone from a 2:06 on his second. He's put in a 2:20, which would be more than the world record. I'm fairly sure we're going to see that come back down as soon as Apti has lifted this.
That world record, by the way, has stood for an awful long time. Ramat Gan in Israel, 1998. That was the European Championships for men. He's still blowing them away, isn't he?
Well, he is in the zone. He is using this atmosphere to his advantage.
So, not surprisingly, Ivan Markov has reduced from 220 to 212. So that means that he's going to take 6 kilos. That will level him up at 387, but he's the lighter of the two.
Here's all Markov needs to do is try and equal Ukudov. The only problem is for Markov that Ukudov still has 1 attempt remaining.
Absolutely. And Hernandez in the wings, he's pacing it at 212 for one glory lift. He's just waiting, Hernandez, to see what these two guys do. He's got the medal. He's got the bronze, whatever happens. But now Markov. This is make or break. I so wanted him to do that.
Well, the pressure is off Ukadov, but we've still got Hernandez here. He's playing for medals. He's in bronze medal position on the jerk, but this next attempt could well take him into bronze medal position overall ahead of Ukadov.
So this year's European champion, Apti Audakov, has once again got the better of Ivan Markov. And remember, I did say that he got beaten by 13 kilos in the Europeans. And at the moment, Apti Audakov has got a 6 kilo call over his Bulgarian rival, who's finished now, and Hernandez now, the bar at 212 kilos. And this is to get a shinier medal, because he at 84.34 is heavier than Apti Audakov. But again, it's a huge personal best if he can do it. He's got the bronze. Can he get the silver in the clean and jerk? Fantastic. Oh!
Well, it went to arm's length so comfortably, but it was out in front all the way.
No to mamy emocje po raz kolejny we Wrocławiu. 219, proszę na sztangę. Atak na rekord.
Apti Audakov has won the day, as both of us thought he might, and he is the champion of 85 kilos, but we're not done yet. Don't go anywhere, because the bar has gone to 219 kilos, as the Cubans won't be upset with that. They've got a medal, which is great. But this is the moment. Very few records survive that long. This one survives from Ramat Gang, Zhang Yong of China. 218 kilos, 219 kilos on the bar. This is for the world's clean and jerk record. And Zhang Yong set that record in the European Championships, 1998.
World Championships.
World Championships.
I don't think he's European.
World Championships, yeah. Those categories have just been established. So this is it. 219 kilos. 20 seconds. And it still belongs to Zhang, and it survives another year. But Apti Audakov has convincingly won the 85 kilo competition on 387. Ivan Markov takes the overall silver on 381, and the bronze goes to Artem Okulov of Russia, also 381, and just that little bit heavier than Ivan Markov. So Russia 1 and 3, Bulgaria taking the overall silver. Adrian Zielinski disappointed, finishing fourth.
Prosimy, zostańcie na ceremonii. To wyjątkowa chwila dla każdego sportowca. Dzisiaj najlepszy zawodnik.
Well, Michaela, it's not what they came and hoped for. There's a bit of an exodus here in the auditorium now. They've really had pinned their hopes on Zielinski, giving them some gold medals here. But there you can see the results of the clean and jerk.